Hey everybody, thanks for coming to watch the show. Today I'm going to be talking about Battlefront 2, and I'm just going to be mentioning a few things that I think a lot of people are wondering about and just kind of addressing some concerns that I think a lot of people may have coming off of Battlefront 1. And so I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about that and my experience with the beta and how much fun I had just playing the game basically. So my first thing that I wanted to kind of talk about is this game better than Battlefront 1? So in my opinion, Battlefront 2 is way better than the first one. That being said, I didn't really have any big problems with the first one, even though it did have a lot of problems. I still thought it was a good game. Battlefront 2, however, takes everything that was good about it and just updates and improves on it. It still has really solid gameplay just like the first, and it comes with a few worthy updates, such as the ability to roll forward and aiming down the sights of your gun instead of just zooming in using a scope like the first one did. It also revamps the star card system, which I really like, and it also redesigns how you can play as heroes in it. This time around, each character you start with has 3 pre-assigned abilities, like how we had the star cards in the first one that would let us use a jetpack or a different blaster pistol or a shield or something. So each different class of character has their own abilities that come just basically assigned to them already. So there aren't any power tokens in this game. There aren't any of those power-up tokens that you would see laying around, like those little blue circles or the hero card. So instead, basically how you get to play as a Jedi or Han Solo or any of the other heroes, you have to basically earn enough points by playing the objective or doing little challenges and getting a lot of kills and that sort of thing, just to kind of earn points that you can actually spend to play as the hero for a little bit. So I think that really works a lot better than the previous game because it actually gives you incentive to play better, and you're not just trying to find a hero token the whole time and just scrambling around and then getting mad when somebody jetpacks over your head and lands on the hero token that you were almost at. So I think that is really a big improvement on the first one. And in addition to this, I think you'll be pleased to know that just like in the first one, there's a huge amount of detail. It's really faithful to the original props and just the feel of Star Wars. So there's a lot to see and a lot of just incredible details. And if you can escape being shot at long enough, there's really a lot of cool things to see in the level of design that I got to look at. So going into my second topic that I wanted to talk to you guys about, and that is Battlefront 2 going to be worth your money? And I would say that it is, without a doubt. A big complaint for the first Battlefront was that there was barely any content at launch. There was no story mode, and the season pass was $50. So if you wanted to have like the whole game experience, you had to pay $110 total. So Battlefront 2 is actually going to offer all of its DLC for free, however, and that includes maps and characters. So on top of that, there's also going to be a story campaign that centers around what happens between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. So in that story mode, you're going to be actually playing as a member of an elite squad called Inferno Squad, and these are troopers that try to take down the rebellion and rebuild the Empire. So I think that in that story, we're probably going to get to find out more about how the First Order comes about, and I think that's going to be really interesting to see a little bit of backstory about that, because we don't really know anything about them from the first The Force Awakens. We just kind of know that they're the new Empire basically, and they're bad guys. So I think it's going to be a little bit more in-depth discussion about that in the story mode. I wouldn't expect it to be more than like 6 to 10 hours long, just kind of your standard first-person shooter story mode. But I think that it is going to be really cool, and it's great that they put it in there. In addition to the story mode, you're also going to be able to play as all 3 eras in the Star Wars universe. You're not just going to be subjected to only playing in the original trilogy. You're going to be able to play in the prequel trilogy, the original trilogy, and this new trilogy that we're in the middle of right now with The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and the new movie that I don't think has a name yet that's going to be in 2019. I'm not sure if they're also going to include content from the Star Wars story films like Rogue One, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did, since they did actually include that in Battlefront 1, where you could play as Jyn and you could play on the different maps from that film. So to sum it all up, Battlefront 2 is going to have just a ton more content than the first one, and I think that it's definitely worth your money because of that. There is one thing I wanted to talk to people about, however, and this is what might turn a lot of people off from the game. and that is the crate system with the microtransactions. I'm not sure if you've heard about it, but this kind of goes into my third thing that I wanted to talk about, and that is, will these crates ruin the game and make multiplayer unfair? My short answer for that is no, I don't really think that it will. If you don't know much about the crates, I'll tell you what I know. Basically, you get crates every day that you log into the game, and you get them for completing objectives and challenges, but you can also pay real money for them. They haven't mentioned how much they're going to be. I would say anywhere from like $1 to $5 each would be probably about correct. But that's what has a lot of people worried, and I think there is merit to this concern, but I don't think that the game will be ruined because of this. So, I mean, yes, you can pay for them, but I don't think most people will actually do that. I don't know about you guys, but I've never paid for any kind of microtransaction in a game. I've bought, DLC packs and season passes, but I've never paid for little upgrades that I can actually earn for in the game. It might take longer to get these things in the game just by playing, but I don't think it'll be so long that you won't have fun playing as a result. While I was playing in the beta, I unlocked, 1 or 2 star cards for each of my characters. I unlocked weapon upgrades and different emotes, and I only played the beta for like 3 or 4 hours. I didn't put very much time into it at all, and I still had a lot of fun playing, and I unlocked a lot of stuff just by playing it. I think it kind of sucks that they're making it so someone can technically just pay to make their character a higher level, but I also don't think that this system is going to ruin anything, because I don't think most people are actually going to want to pay. I think most people are just going to want to play it and upgrade their character over time like you normally would. I wish this wasn't in the game, but you don't ever have to absolutely pay for a crate unless you just want to. And like I mentioned, you can have a lot of fun just playing it, and you don't ever not get upgrades just from playing the game. And since they're going to be making all the DLC free with the characters and the maps and everything, I can really get over this crate thing. But that's pretty much all I had to say about the crates. If you wanted to know more about that, I'm sure there's lots of videos and articles and stuff talking more about it, because it seems like kind of a big deal to some people. I really don't think it's going to affect the game that much, like I said. So if you wanted to know more about it, I'm sure you could find more info somewhere else. But that's pretty much going to do it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching, and I hope that I kind of brought some info to you that you may not have known about Battlefront 2, and I hope that if you were kind of on the fence about it, this told you a little bit more about the game and helped you make up your mind. So thanks for watching, and let me know down in the comments what you thought of this video, and let me know what you'd like my next video to be about. Thanks for watching. See you next time.